going on, my friends? How we all doing? What's going on, my Patreon friends, my YouTube friends? What are we jumping into? We're doing the Revenant from The Warning, and this was off of the Error record, right? And my friend Andy Schnell recommended this one, and I appreciate this. I appreciate the support. My last reaction went a little weird. I read a bad article, and I barely read it, to be fair, so I'll take full responsibility. But I jumped to too many conclusions and made kind of a fool of myself. So I thought I would come back and I would just start by expressing my thanks for everyone who sent me down a better path for education. Anyone who watched the mini documentary with me, I would have just uploaded these two together. So whichever one you picked first. Fantastic, man, to see how humble they were, how hardworking they were, how determined they were to get like the product they wanted, even with like Ben Death, like being willing to stare him down. It's just like, it's awesome, man. It's so cool to see. But I'm really looking forward to this, especially after just watching that. I'm just feeling like really lit up, really, really inspired. Like it was so cool to see, man. I don't need to talk too much about it. Y'all can watch that video if you want to see it. But I appreciate if y'all are coming back, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to drop your comments. Let me know what else I got to check out. If there's especially all the behind the scenes stuff, I got a list from the last comment section, but I'd love to check it out in this one too. I'm excited to hear what Ben Death put together on this, man. I see that he had a couple like writing credits, but it's so cool to see like all three of their initials beside like all the writing credits, like of the three sisters. So I'm really looking forward to this. Did I say the like and subscribe thing? Check me out on Patreon if you want. The link's in the description box. I'm also going to put the Warnings Patreon link in the description box as well. I just signed up for it myself. And let's do this. Let's watch this. I hope my speakers are loud enough. Oh, okay.
And start hiding now, boy, 'cause it's about time that they hunt you down, boy. Say goodbye to all the others, call it close and crunch the numbers. Wash your hands and wash your feet, walk on water. Find me someone to blame, find me someone to aim, and I don't know the right or wrong, a melody without a song.
You know what I'm hearing? You know what's like the majority of what I'm hearing? I'm going to back this up quite a bit here. Oh my God, Danny, right? The singer, right? Pretty sure she's like very, very proficient at both like chest voice, dynamic control, breath control, and like even like some mixed voice, man, which like I don't hear very identifiably in a lot of female singers. But to be fair, I don't listen to a lot of female singers singing rock. But it sounds like she's playing like with her mixed voice, which is like right between like your chest voice and your falsetto. And you kind of get like locked into this spot, and it sounds like real emotional, like it's real emotionally driven. But like imagine like Def Leppard or like Poison. That's all like kind of like it's a lot of like dependency on mixed voice, right? Like and it sounds like she's doing a really good job of that too.
Your fall, boy.
Great riff.
Dear boy, forget all closure and start hiding now, boy, 'cause it's about time that they hunt you down, boy.
Also, like the contrast from like the songwriting perspective of like doing the melody, it's like to like have like the nice still the still note like down boy, like the contrast between the two, it just like gives another bit of like emotion. It's another space to fill, or another way of filling space while you're still building to like bring in the acoustic bass in, bring in the other acoustic in when it comes in on the left side. Like there's a lot of like really neat sonic things that are filling space while there isn't like a ton of other things filling it, right? And like one of them being hearing AJ play the no, I got that wrong. Sorry, the bass player. drawing a blank now. I'm second guessing myself. Anyways, hearing her like smack into that acoustic bass, like they have a certain kind of like flappiness to the string and like the body, and like you can hear it. It doesn't sound like they try to alleviate any of that. It's like a certain kind of attitude while still serving the theme of like the acoustic vibe, right? Like this is really cool.
Say goodbye to all the others. Call it close and crunch the numbers. Wash your hands and wash your feet. Walk on water. Find me someone to blame. Find me somewhere to aim. And I don't know the right or wrong. A melody without a song. Show me the truth inside. Show me to stay alive. 'Cause I don't know the right or wrong. A melody without a song.
You start hearing that like the fry coming out in her voice too. Like I'm not gonna try to do it, but you start to get like almost like a growl, almost like a bit of like distortion or like grit to your voice. She's starting to let it out just a bit. Sounds fantastic, man. It sounds like I'm myself, I'm very fortunate. I have like nice studio speakers that I'm renting from someone, but it sounds like she's right here, bro. Like it sounds like she's right in the room singing. It's what a treat. What a treat. Like she's got such a cool voice. Like all that falsetto stuff was cool. And like there's a lot of like bad habits that some rock singers fall into. Myself, like I'll use my personal experience. So if I'm singing in my head voice or my mixed voice and I try to slide down into my chest voice, there's like a space of like kind of like not pleasant noise. Like it's not great pitches. And it's because I never sat and worked through that, right? But she's showing no sign of weakness of that. Like there's no tonal change, there's no sonic change when she comes out of her falsetto or her head voice down back into her chest voice. Like it's like they weren't kidding, man. She's like a dope vocalist. Crazy chords too, unorthodox harmonies too. A lot of this, man. Like back to the songwriting thing, man. Like toast.
Dear boy, can you tell me who will hold the blame now? Where will our fingers point if not at you now? Dear boy, tell the wolves you're finally coming home now. Do what you were best to burn it all down.
Cool.
Say goodbye to all the others. Call it close and crunch the numbers. Wash your hands and wash your feet. Walk on water.
It's such dope lyricism too, man. Like this is some like it's real shit they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like filler and it rhymes nice. Like these are it's like it's heavy, it's contrasting, it's almost like metaphorical. Like man, come on. I'm glad this is a lyric video.
Wash your feet. Walk on water. Find me someone to blame. Find me somewhere to aim. And I don't know the right or wrong. A melody without a song. Show me the truth inside. Show me to stay alive.
See, I think the like show me. I think that note's in her mixed voice. I don't think it's quite like it's a really powerful like falsetto almost or not. It depends on your classification, but it sounds like it has so much body to it. But I do think that just like the way she's enunciating and so clearly getting the letter E out in me, because normally like singers have to change it to ma or something so you can get a better tone out of it, right? But like the way that she's singing it, the way that she's enunciating it, and that it's still bright and clear, and it's obviously me. Like I personally think it's in her mixed voice, and it's just like she's showing no sign of loss of quality, tone, like anything. Like there's nothing separating that from like her chest voice, which would be like her comfortable just everyday talking singing voice, right? Like wild, man, wild.
'Cause I don't know the right or wrong. A melody without a song. You can't erase what has been done. You can't forgive. You can't move on. But we cannot escape the tide of our
See how she's like it's mistress, right? Like it's just like it's a pronunciation thing, it's a singer thing, right? So then like the contrast to keep the rhyme and like the note more clear is when it's show me. You know what I mean? It's and like different word, different enunciation, but like it happens so often where those would be lined up, right? And then like they would rhyme in succession and they would pronounce it differently, like slant rhyme it almost, right? But it's just interesting. You don't hear lyrics or melodies very often sing like a hard me. Like it's just unpleasant for a lot of singers. It is what it is.
Can't erase what has been done. You can't forgive, you can't move on. But we can all escape the tide of our cruel mistress keeping time. Find me
She's doing She's doing lots of those where it's like again keeping keeping. Well, it depends how you want to sing. I'm gonna sing it like her now, but it's just like that's just something that like I've had conversations with singers about before, and it's interesting to me. It's proficient to me every time I kind of notice it.
time. Find me someone to blame. Find me someone
head voice now.
to aim. And I don't know right or wrong. A melody without a song.
Wow. Wow. Oh man, I could listen to that for 10 more minutes. So there's a couple things that like I think were really really neat. Like to try to build and take like say like in my instance I'm the one watching this, right? So like to take me through the roller coaster, you have to do a bunch of different things that keep me engaged and keep me excited, and there's builds and there's drops, and they killed all that. So like their songwriting is like is is unbelievable. Like to be able to put this together and a record together and like and songs together in short periods of time and be so emotionally driven and motivated by each other, right? Because the next thing I'm going to say is like I'm curious as to how much vocal production that they do themselves. And I'm not talking like computer and editing. I'm talking about like decisions on what chords, how to have the harmonies. Because like obviously they have their hand in everything. And like some of those, like the first harmony I heard, it was a low one. And it was like, it took me by surprise. It was like, I was expecting like a third up, and it was like, it was something else down. It's just like, whoa, like you just don't hear that too often. It's unorthodox. It's cool writing. It's versatile writing, right? And then like all these chords at the outro too. It's like the guitar almost becomes just like a metronome, like where you can almost just hear like the pick noise, and then like these big vocal chords that I'm sure they sang every one of them. Like I think it was Ben that said like all their instruments were like them playing, everything was them actually playing. So I'm sure it was all them singing too. And it's just like to hear that and be able to put that out and produce it is just like it's a very very admirable skill in my opinion. But I mean, hey man, I'm a big fan. But my friends, I appreciate this. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I hope this helps a little bit, and we can be friends again. That's what I'm looking for. But anyhow, my friends, until the next one, see you all again soon.